South Africa. And a huge Shane Warne just trying to get a bit of drift there, aware. There's no doubt that these guys are going to be coming down the wicket to him.
Just held that back nicely. Look at the drift there from Shane Warne. That ball really drifting away from the left-hander. And that's what makes him different to Stuart MacGill. MacGill doesn't tend to drift the ball as much as Shane Warne. MacGill turns the ball more. Warne definitely drifts it in the air.
Playing back right onto his stumps. He's already been out LBW in that fashion to Warne.
That's the slider, the one out of the front of the hand. That's the ball that Shane Warne will try and get Ashwell Prince with, particularly if he's going to advance. He'll try and drift that one past him and look for a stumping or an edge. If Ashwell...
He really came at that one very hard. A little bit of pad, a little bit of bat, and beautifully taken. Really was. Ponting almost moving forward to take the catch there, and South Africa have lost their 4th wicket.
And what a superb catch by Ricky Ponting. This went quick. Look how far Ashwell Prince has come down. He's a good metre out of his ground. Ponting has stood his ground and taken a superb catch. Side to stand your ground when a batsman comes at you, and that's what happened there. Prince came advanced towards Warne. This hit the pad and then flew up onto the bat and flew out quickly. Ponting stood his ground, watched the ball, and took a superb catch in his left hand. It's good captaincy from Ponting because he brought Warne on, and then a great catch.
Oh, and he's beat the outside edge again. That's another good delivery. The end of a great over, 4 for 192. One of the things that we've been measuring for you is reactions better than this. The umpire pitched outside leg stump would be my guess. It's 4 down for 192. Well, no, that pitched on the stumps, but probably spun a little bit too much. Only just, though. A very, very big appeal for LBW. That was very close. Oh, and Ponting diving away there. Now, I'm not too sure that there was any bat in that one.
Great bowling, Warnie.
It didn't sound like it, just judging by what came through the stump mics. But the Aussies all had their hands in the air.
A couple of noises again. I've got a feeling this might have been arm or even the rib cage. It certainly bounced and spun again off the pad. I reckon that's hit the ribs maybe, or the forearm of the batsman.
Oh, yes, Shane. Oh, that's a great side, Warnie.
It's nervous Nelly stuff out there, I tell you. 4 for 192. 4 for 192.
It's out.
Oh, and diving around that silly point. Boy, he's alive there today. He's had his coffee this morning.
Things have been working for him so far today, Ricky Ponting. I'm not sure he's actually hit that. Ricky Ponting is looking for anything. His plans have been working well. Brought Shane Warne into the attack as soon as Ashwell Prince walked out to bat. And he was rewarded with a wicket thanks to a great catch of his own. He is right in the game, the Australian captain today.
Now from the South Africans. That one was pretty much straight on. It was more an overspinner than a giant leg spinner. But it was very well dealt with by Jacques Rudolph.
Because it's going to be Warne and McGill in Sydney as well, and Rudolph certainly has the understanding of spin to cope, even if he needs a bit of luck as well. Cheapest, that was close.
And that was luck. A little vicious spin back off the bat.
On strike, who has our hearts in our mouths.
It's one of those for the fielder where for a moment he thinks he's going to be able to get there. That's miscued off the outside edge. Now, can he get in far enough to dive forward? Well, difficult.
Well, it's the price that Warne pays, and it's unusual for Warne to have some.
It's a big outside edge, but the batsman wasn't absolutely certain whether it was going to be the leg spinner or the one coming into him or the slider. That had a nice edge, well in front of the bottom.
There's 35.
And that's one reason why South Africa will, well, they'd prefer to have a bit of a lead rather than having any arrears at all, but they won't want to be too far behind.
Oh, nice
Coaches and leg spinners around the world make a recording of this. This is the way the ball should look, going down towards the batsman. See him in perfect position, spin and lift.
Got him. So the challenge was issued by Ricky Ponting, and he's had immediate success.
Well, that's good thinking from at least two people out there. Ponting, the captain, who was up with it, right up with the pace, and Warne, the bowler, who wanted it. Boyer, well, the sweep may not have been the ideal delivery to that unless you made contact. Boyer goes, he made 12, 9 for 291.
Wicket where he likes to go. There's a long on, and there's deep.
Well, the flipper first up. Sometimes a good ploy, particularly for someone who wants to whack it away on the onside. Nicky Boyer was beautifully bowled, dropped underneath the bat, and then spun in to hit the stumps.
Well, there's a chance, even though the fieldsmen are in the deep on the onside, that backward point could take the catch with the ball spinning as much as it is. That's the way he plays. It's 9 for 291. Looking for a couple.
It gets underway.
Well bowled. 9 for 297.
Wow.
He's hit it right into the gap. That's very good placement.
So to get a ball along the ground, partly in the air and then along the ground, between those two fielders.
Well, he's found a defence.
Well, that was to the quicker one. I'm not certain, but I think Warne might be giving him the slower, higher tossed one. I don't know if Warne will actually want to buy Ntini's wicket.
That's well bowled, beautifully flighted.
Well, that was it.
He's tempting him. Fiorentini is a powerful hitter. And that's the way he likes to play. Not sure that he'll be able to resist the temptation for long. That's beautifully struck again. So 3 useful boundaries for South Africa in the last couple of overs. It's 9 for 305. They're likely to spread a bit more on the onside now with Ntini on strike. There's a long off going into position as well. There's the 3 men out on the onside.
4 men on the boundary in all. No one to save the single at mid-on, which is where Fiorentini has hit it.
He's got 2 slips for Ntini. I'd like to see the second slip. He beats Warne, and that'll run away to the boundary. So some useful runs coming here at the end for South Africa.
Very useful, and I don't know how that got through Warne. It was only a very fine nick.
The offside, and it's taken. So Stuart MacGill gets the last wicket, and Michael Hussey gets his first Test match catch, and the Australians lead by 44.
That was a good piece of bowling. MacGill spinning the ball just as much as Warne, and he gave Nell the opportunity to go for the big one, the man having been brought in from deep mid-wicket. Ponting pulled out of it, Hussey got it.
Here's Warne.
Oh, great area, Shane.
Well, that's the first innings. McGrath to Smith. Nothing much wide of off stump at all. Pretty well all on the line of the stumps. Deliveries all around about the same length. Now, second innings a little fuller, and that white one is the wicket, a little wider.
Good pull stroke. Searching for length, and when he picks it, it's quick to collar.
Oh, yes.
Warne will perhaps try and just prefers when he does pitch the ball up there to play the sweep shot, which I think is a pretty dangerous sweep. I really think you should only be playing one sweep to Shane Warne. That's the very fine one. Ellis with the next delivery. That's the full one, the slower delivery, the split finger. But I reckon he deliberately showed Callis the split finger grip in his run up the next time. There it is, showing it to the batsman. Seem to think he's getting another one there. Changes the grip, and bang, it's the bouncer. Pretty smart thinking. Get the batsman expecting another slower ball.